Hello and welcome back to Kim Reads as we continue with Tales from Under the Sea. A day in the life of a mermaid. Just look at that girl, Sebastian said, loafing about, daydreaming. Ariel, sometimes I think you've got seagrass for brains. Because you would really talk to your boss's daughter that way. Anyway, Ariel didn't even look up. She was so busy doodling in the sand. She was thinking about humans. Humans had created so many wonderful things she had found on the ocean floor. And humans lived on the surface. Ariel closed her eyes and began to remember all the stories she had heard from Kate, Scuttle, and the others about the strange creatures with legs instead of fins. Wah, wah, wah. The crying interrupted Ariel's thoughts. She saw a little shrimp crying. What's the matter? She said. Are you lost? The tiny shrimp nodded. Wah, wah, wah. Okay, Ariel said, lifting up. Don't you belong at crayfish school? She carried the little fellow carefully to school where he had happily joined the other shrimps. Ariel watched the little shrimps play, but soon she was thinking about life on land again. She wondered if humans went to school. Hey, Ariel, want to dance? Ariel looked over her shoulder. There was Briny with his 8 left feet. Ariel groaned to herself. Briny was such a bad dancer. If he only knew that, but Ariel would never tell him. She just couldn't hurt his feelings. Please, Ariel, Briny begged. You can use some of my feet. Sighing, Ariel let out her arms and let Briny lead her around. He twirled her and lifted her up until she got very dizzy. I think we better stop now, she said after he dipped her feet for the 5th time. Oh, sure, thanks a lot, Ariel. With a little practice, you'll be pretty good dancer someday, he said, waving goodbye with all 8 legs. Ariel was wondering what it would be like to dance with a human when she heard a soft mewing nearby. What in the great green ocean? Ariel said. She looked around. This was her sister's pet catfish, Fin, all tangled up in the coral bed. How did you ever get here? She said, as she carefully pulled Fin out of the coral bed. Atina doesn't like for you to get out of the castle. The catfish purred in Ariel's arms, and they swam back to the castle side by side. As soon as Ariel arrived at the castle, Adele whisked her way to the bedroom. Ariel, she said excitedly, I need to ask you a favor. Will you lend me your mother a full comb? I've got a big date tonight, and it will look divine in my hair. Ariel found the comb in her jewel box, but of course Adela wanted her to arrange her hair for her as well. You're so clever with hair, Ariel, Adela said, patting her hair in place. It's a shame you just let yours grow. Then she blew Ariel a kiss and floated out the door. Ariel said, peering at her reflection. She piled all her hair on top of her head. Then she let it drop again. I wonder if humans wear their hair up or down. She was about to try a braid when Arista burst in. Ariel, come quickly, Arista pleaded. It's Mackie's day off and someone left the stable door opens. Foamy's loose. Ariel swam out of the stables where she and Arista finally cornered Foamy and led him back to his stall. Thanks for your help, Arista said, as she looked at the stable door tightly. Do you think humans have any animals like horses? Ariel wondered. Are you kidding? Arista scoffed. They have to get round on their ugly old legs. I don't think legs are ugly at all, said Ariel. Have you ever thought about what it must be like to walk on land? Ariel, said Arista, shocked. Why would you want to walk on land when you can swim in the ocean? Ariel could not give her sister a simple answer, so she swam off without answering and went back to her doodles. She began to daydream about walking on land. Everyone would marvel at how graceful she was and beg her to dance, But Ariel never finished her thought. She was interrupted by Sebastian. Look at that girl, he said. She hasn't moved from that spot all day. Ariel just looked at Sebastian and smiled. And this is a little poem called Ariel's Dream. I've always tried so hard to be what everyone expects of me. But lately, I've had a nagging thought that goes against all I've been taught. The world above seems bright and wide, and yet down here is where we hide. There's something that just isn't right with living here without sunlight. From now For now, I'll dream among the waves, and I'll keep collections in my caves. I know there has to be a way that I can live on land one day. And that is the end of the book. Thanks for listening.